Tall guys, in today's video, I'm going to go over what happened in 2024 in the tall men's fashion scene. As our voices are somewhat being heard now in the fashion scene, I think it's time for us to start really putting emphasis on what is happening, how we can make changes, and what brands can be doing better or what brands can keep doing that is really working for us. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the overall feel of the year, the general men's fashion massive industry growth, while the tall men's fashion seems to be stuck in the same 5-year growth plan. Established tall men's brands stay consistent with their length focus, however, neglected to keep up with the fashion trends of 2024. The community's voice was heard once again, especially on Reddit, wanting more reliable manufacturing and better quality clothing. The tall men's brand that won this year, the general menswear brand that is flying under the radar, but could be solving all our issues with general size of t-shirts. Now let's start with the general feel of the year. And really guys, we can't lose compared to where we were 10 years ago. I don't think tall men's fashion was actually a thing 10 years ago. Mr. Big and Tall owned the universe. And as we all know, Mr. Big and Tall doesn't work for us. So every new year is a positive year that we have brands making clothes for us. However, 2024 was kind of the same across the board as it was for 2023, 2022, and 2021. The majority of brands kept making the same clothes, kept making the same styles, kept doing the same marketing plays. There wasn't a lot of wow and pop on social media. There weren't any really great marketing campaigns, but there were a couple of highlights, a couple of great brands that stood out, and some positive growth that I think 2025 is going to be a stellar year for us. The general men's fashion realm had massive growth. And when I talk with general men's, it's anything other than a tall man. So mainly just normal society's clothing brands. And I don't know if you guys are on social media as much as I am. This social media scene was off the chains. There were campaigns every other month or so. People's organic growth through their content was huge, compelling, and made me want to wear their clothes, wishing that they made it for my size. What I think was coolest, the big name brands didn't have as much growth this year. It was the smaller brands. The brands that understood how to market, like Represent, Illicit Block, Final Draft, one of my favorite new brands that I'm seeing, and guys like Daniel Simmons, they led the way in this new age of marketing, organic growth, and brand building. It's clear to me that this is the way a clothing brand grows these days. They have their founder out in front and in public. They're creating clothing that guys are wanting. They're creating clothing on a community that keeps engaging with them, talking with them, sliding into their DMs and them replying, leaving comments and they reply, and overall just being like a family to them. It really seems like these brands really connect with their followers and they're there for them just like their followers are there for them on every drop that they make. Now I don't think we have this connection with the tall men's brands and they're not making it with us. And I think it's a shame. I think it's kind of crazy because we are probably the most voice niche out there, saying what we want, saying what we're looking for, and hoping that someone makes it. I don't think there's a connection between consumer and seller. And that is what is missing right now, not just in marketing, but in an overall community growth area of the tall men's fashion scene. No tall men's brands made a campaign this year that stood out to me. I thought, wow, I want to wear that, or wow, that was really engaging. I connect with them. I'm going to hop on board their next drop. It was kind of the same play that I'd seen from them over the last 2 years, 3 years, maybe even 4 years. Some static shots, some making jokes about how tall we are, and really emphasizing our clothes are long enough for you, they fit long, they're made for tall men, and that's it. Rarely do I ever see a brand say, this is fashionable, this will make you feel confident, this is what's trending right now, and we're making this just for you tall guys. Nor do we really see behind the business. I don't know any of the founders really. I don't know who they're working with as a tall influencer. I don't see them get their campaigns created and really get me excited for when it's going to drop. And I hope this is going to change for 2025 and how tall men's market and brand themselves. Now with that being said, the tall established brands did stay consistent in what they've been doing over the last 3 years. American Tall keeps putting out long enough clothes for us with some different styles, some new looks, and a whole catalog of lists for you to choose from. Too Tall from Europe is doing the exact same thing, just from the other side of the world. And the other mid-major brands like Navis Lab, Plus 2 Clothing, Tall Slim Tees kept up doing what they were doing as well. Putting out long clothing, sticking to their style, and keeping a decent sized catalog ready for you guys to buy whenever you need a new t-shirt, a new pants, or a new sweater. Now, the community's voice, first off, this is one of the worst places to set up a shoot. The community's voice was, I think, consistent from the past years. I've tried to stay off Reddit because of how toxic it can be. But Reddit is really a great place to get a vibe on what's happening in the tall men's realm. There are a lot of mid-major brands out there that are being talked about. There are also a lot of brands that are general menswear brands, like Levi's, Mavi, Land's End. But mostly throughout this year, there was a lot of chatter about brands, inconsistent clothing, inconsistent manufacturing, and really just falling off a bit this year on high quality clothing. Well, actually, we don't really have a high quality clothing brand in my mind, except for one brand, which I'll be coming up with in a bit. I think our base is mid-range. Our base is a $20 to $50 piece of clothing, and our base is something that might last a year, maybe two. What I'd like to see is get some more high fashionable clothing that will fit us guys. When you buy something, you know it's going to last a few years, and you know it's going to be good quality, and you know you're going to feel really good and confident in it. The clear winner for the best tall men brand in 2024 is Medium Tall out of Norway. I think they had a fantastic year, and they've started actually putting out some nice new seasonal drops, starting with their 2024 fall winter line. They came out with some heavy hitters that I absolutely loved when I saw them. They worked well together. They were fashionable and they felt really good, and they had a bit of a different style than what everyone else is making. And inside that capsule was the clear winner of the best garment of the year, and that is this 3/4 zip burgundy merino wool sweater. I absolutely love it. I was actually kind of chapped that I was heading to Thailand and I only got to wear it for 3 weeks. I hope I can pick it up again actually this spring before the summer hits and get it on. Comfortable, cozy, had a nice little weight to it, and it wasn't too tight. Yes, it was long enough, but it wasn't really tight. It had some flow to it and fit really well with the straight leg jeans I purchased in Denmark. I'm really happy to see what Medium Tall did, because we haven't seen this type of clothing brand in the tall men's scene, well, ever. So I hope with them leading the way, we'll light the fire under some of these other brands. And the second brand that definitely gets a shout out for 2024 is something that is under the radar in the tall men's fashion scene, and I think that needs to change now. Son of a Tailor out of Denmark is a made-to-measure online brand that makes clothes for any single guy in the world, no matter how tall you are, how short you are, how wide you are, how skinny you are. Now, unlike the past, when the online made-to-measuring system just didn't work for our size and was a total mess up, I 100% agree, their system has it figured out. So you know you can order from them, and you're gonna get a t-shirt that is gonna fit your body as if you went to a tailor. Now listen to this. You are gonna buy a t-shirt, it's gonna fit you as if you went to a tailor. We have all these guys complaining on Reddit and everywhere else that they can't find t-shirts. Where do I get this? How do I find this? This is impossible. Well, Son of a Tailor is really your fix. At least one of their t-shirts. Their simple cotton t-shirt right here. It's a classic. It fits really well. I've had this thing for 3 years. And their price point is pretty good. I know it's not $13 a t-shirt, but guys, it's not $200 a t-shirt. It is a very reasonable price point for something that's gonna last you a very long time, and most importantly, is going to fit you exactly how you need it to fit. They've also had a breakout year with adding a lot more to their line. They've added a brick and mortar in Denmark, and I can tell that they're gonna have a huge 2025, and I hope we all back them, buy for them, and let them grow even more, so we can get any single shirt that we want fitting properly from us, with a brand that we know and can trust. In the end, yeah, it was a good year. I myself tried to get into it this year by creating this oversized t-shirt. I might have read the market wrong. I may have read the entire thing wrong. So far, out of a month and a half of sales, I've only sold 6 t-shirts. Not exactly what I was hoping. And with no backing behind me what I'm doing, not affordable for me to keep going. So we're gonna see, I might have to cut off this line before it even starts. And that is just fine. I'm gonna live, I'm gonna learn, I'm not gonna stop. I do think we need more guys, more brands, more money pushed into this scene, giving us more what we want. Different fashion styles, not everyone creating the exact same thing, different looks, different fits, and most importantly, keeping up with what's trending today. I know not everyone is thinking like me in the fashion sense. Some want it this way, some want it that way, and that is okay. I want you to find that brand that does it for you, but I know you probably don't have that brand also. So let's get more guys creating clothing in the market. Let's get more brands out there that are already creating to start listening to us. And let's get these brands to start making high quality clothing that we can trust and be confident to buy every single piece from them once we're partnered up with them and like, this is my brand, I'm backing you, let's take it to the moon. When you do find your brand or brands and you trust them or you think they're going the right direction, engage with them. Leave comments on their social media. Leave comments on their YouTube. Email them and say, hey, I'm this size, I bought this piece, I really like it, I'm here with you. I'm looking for the next thing you're gonna drop. A lot of these brands just don't know when you're gonna show up, or you're gonna take off on them, or you're gonna go to the next one. And that is kind of just how general fashion is. The thing is, guys, we only have like 5 or 6 brands. So we kind of back the ones that we launch and hope that they listen to us and make those changes, or another brand hops into the scene that kind of fits your style and you gotta back them, because it is very hard for a clothing brand to last a year or 2. Most brands fail. If you want them to survive, you gotta back them, you gotta support them, and you gotta invest in them by buying the pieces of clothing here and there. Might be a bit rich for you, but if it's quality you want and the style, make it an investment, because you're gonna love to wear it. The more things you love to wear, the more confident you feel, and that's just all we want, right? We just want to feel confident and happy in our skin. So that was 2024. Really looking forward to what 2025 has in store. I'm gonna be making a video up next on my predictions for 2025. And guys, sign up to the email list but linked below. That's where you're gonna get the most up-to-date fashion tips, styles, what to wear, what not to wear, how to find your next fit that's gonna make you feel confident and take you into the next season. We got spring, we got summer, we got fall, we got winter 2025. And I'm really excited to see what we can get on you and what can make us the most confident as tall men in this world. All right, love y'all.